If your mind clings to garbage, your life will feel heavy. If your mind clings to what is worthy, your life will be free. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once wrote, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." And freedom does not come from adding more and more. It comes from cutting away, from letting go. In this video, I'll reveal 12 things you must quietly remove from your life. No announcements, no showing off. Just release them, and everything changes. Walk with me to the very end of this journey. Because the last one, the one that seems harmless, is the most dangerous enemy of all, silently destroying you right now. 1. Never explain yourself to the one who betrayed you. Think back to the last time you were betrayed. A close friend, a colleague, a lover. You were hurt. And in that moment, what was the first thing you wanted to do? Explain, justify, prove you didn't deserve it. Mistake. Every word of explanation is a chain, pulling you back into that toxic ground. I once knew a man betrayed in business. For months, he kept explaining himself, trying to clean his honor. But the more he spoke, the less respect he had. Only when he went silent, walked away, and rebuilt from nothing, did he regain his true value. Epictetus reminded us, "Don't waste your time explaining yourself to others. Live so that your actions speak louder than any excuse or defense." So stop explaining to those who hurt you. They don't need to know, and you don't need their approval. Your silence, that is the answer. Your no, that is the sharpest weapon. You don't need to prove anything to the betrayer. You only need to prove one thing to yourself, that you no longer belong in that place. Walk forward, leave them behind, and let your life, not your words, prove who you are. 2. Eliminate goals that no longer matter. This is one of the most subtle traps. We set goals when we're young, make a lot of money, become someone society will respect, and we run. We run endlessly, until one day we arrive and realize our heart no longer wants it. That's no longer a goal. That's a chain. We become obsessed with the idea of achieving. But Seneca warned us, it is not that we have too little time, but that we waste so much of it on what does not matter. I once had a friend who studied medicine not out of love, but out of family expectation. 10 years later, he was successful. He had his own clinic. But every morning, stepping into the hospital, he felt like a prisoner in a golden cage. His true passion was music, yet he buried it. At 35, he abandoned the title of doctor to become a music producer. His family was shocked. His friends mocked him. But he said a line I will never forget. "Better to be poor with passion than rich in chains." His story proves this truth. Not every goal is worth keeping. Some are nothing more than fossils, remnants of the person you were 10 years ago. The right goal makes you stronger. The wrong goal makes you a slave. If you agree that dead goals must be buried, leave a comment. I choose freedom, not chains. And if you want to walk further with me on the Stoic path, subscribe to the Stoic Habit. Because here, every video is a roadmap to cut away the weight and live true to yourself. 3. Stop exposing your past after a breakup. I know, after a breakup, you want to talk. You want to explain. You want to prove that you were right, prove that you didn't deserve the pain. But every word you share is another brick, building the prison you live in. The truth is, people don't really care. They're not listening to heal you. They're listening out of curiosity. And when you spill every detail, you turn your life into cheap gossip, a spectacle for others to dissect. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." When you broadcast your wounds to the world, you hand over your power. You let others control the story of your pain. A man of strength does not need the world to know why the relationship ended. He only needs to know deep within that walking away was the right choice. Silence is not weakness. Silence is self-respect. And silence is the fastest medicine for a broken heart. So hold your ground, protect your story, and let your future, not your past, speak for who you are. 4. Control your anger in public. Have you ever seen someone lose their temper in a meeting? Shouting, slamming the table, face burning red. In that moment, what do others see? Not strength. Weakness, powerlessness, disguised as fury. But when a person stands in the storm and speaks with calm, steady words, every eye in the room turns toward them. Because calm commands respect. Seneca, in On Anger, wrote, "Nothing resembles a wild beast more than a man in the grip of anger. Anger makes you the slave. Calm makes you the master. Your anger can burn you alive faster than it ever scorches your enemy. Your rage consumes your own dignity long before it touches theirs. But your composure, your quiet restraint, becomes a fortress. Unshakable, unbreakable. That is not weakness. That is the highest form of strength. So, the next time fury rises, choose calm. Because in the battlefield of life, silence and steadiness are the sharpest weapons of all. 5. Stop speaking behind backs. Remember this when you hear someone tearing another person down. What's the first thought that crosses your mind? If they speak this way about them, what do they say about me when I'm not here? Maine. Gossip is a double-edged blade. It can give you 5 minutes of attention, but it will destroy 5 years of credibility. Every word of malice you release is a dagger you drive into your own honor. The Stoics remind us, let your words be seeds of health planted in the soil of the mind. Because if you sow poison, you will breathe that poison first. Think about it. People trust the one who holds their tongue, not the one who spreads whispers. People respect the one who builds, not the one who tears down. So choose empathy over disdain. Choose silence over gossip. Because in the end, what you say about others will always reflect back on you. Your words are mirrors. Make sure they reflect the strength, the dignity, the discipline of who you truly are. 6. Stop comparing yourself to others. Picture this, you're running a race. But instead of focusing on the finish line ahead, you keep glancing sideways at your rivals. What happens? You stumble, you fall. Now, think of social media. You scroll and see. An old friend already owns a house. A colleague just bought a new car. Someone who once struggled in school is now more successful than you. And suddenly you feel behind. Do you see the trap? Comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the silent poison that robs you of your own value. Epictetus said it with clarity. Control your perceptions, direct your actions properly, and accept what lies beyond your control. In 10, someone else may outshine you in one arena, but they can never replace your story, your unique struggle, your one-of-a-kind journey. Stop running their race. Run your own. Because the measure of your life is not in their milestones. It is in your resilience, your growth, your ability to keep moving forward, no matter the pace. Your story is yours alone, and that is your greatest power. 7. Eliminate the habit of mindless scrolling. We live in an age where people post only the top 1% of their lives. And then you compare your 100% reality to their carefully crafted illusion. You grab your phone just for a few minutes, and suddenly hours are gone. The night disappears, and you're left empty. I know an athlete who deleted Instagram for 6 months. His words? I got my focus back. I slept deeper, and I finally lived in my own life, not in someone else's highlight reel. Social media is like a grand masquerade. Everyone shows their brightest mask, their perfect pose, and you stare at it, believing your life is a failure. But the truth? They have shadows too. they just don't post them. Social media is not evil, but it is a blade that can slice bread or cut your throat. The choice is yours. Use it with purpose, to learn, to connect, to find inspiration. Then put it down and step back into the raw, unfiltered story of your own life. 8. Break free from the addiction to approval. I once knew a young singer truly gifted, but she became obsessed with every single comment online. She changed her style again and again, trying to please the crowd. And the result? She lost herself. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "All glory is fleeting, but character endures." The truth is, no one remembers you as long as you imagine. Their attention is a flicker, a moment. So why sacrifice your soul for their gaze? Living for approval is like wearing clothes that never fit. Too tight in one place, too loose in another. Uncomfortable, restrictive. And yet you keep wearing it, just to hear them say, "It looks good on you." But freedom, true freedom, comes only when you dare to listen to your own voice. When you no longer beg for applause. When you no longer bend for validation. You were not born to be a puppet for the crowd. You were born to be the master of your own stage. So step off their stage and step onto yours. Because the only approval you ever needed was your own. 9. Let go of perfectionism. A famous writer once said, "If I had waited for perfection, I would have died with a mountain of manuscripts still locked in my drawer." Perfection sounds noble, but in reality, it is a trap. It keeps you stalling. It keeps you hesitating. And in the end, you never finish. A startup doesn't fail because the idea was bad. It fails because they kept waiting for the perfect product. Meanwhile, a competitor launched something simple, learned from mistakes, and became the leader. Seneca warned us, while we waste time hesitating, life slips away. Perfectionism doesn't make you stronger. It makes you a prisoner of delay. Progress comes from daring to act, from daring to fail, then daring to improve. Remember this, the goal is not to be flawless. The goal is to grow, because every mistake is a stepping stone. Every imperfection is proof that you are in motion. Better an imperfect step forward than a lifetime standing still, waiting for the impossible. 10. Let go of unrealistic expectations. You've been there, walking into love with the illusion that the other person is perfect. But the moment they make one mistake, the dream shatters. The world will never follow the script you wrote. You imagine love should look like a Hollywood film. Work should feel like an Apple commercial. Life should sparkle like a TikTok feed, polished and glowing. And the result? Disappointment, bitterness, a constant sense that you are never enough. Marcus Aurelius taught us, do not expect the world to behave as you wish. Wish instead that it unfolds as it is, and you will find peace. Unrealistic expectations are chains. They blind you to reality. They rob you of joy in what is real, what is present, what is already yours. So trade the fantasy for clarity. Trade the illusion for truth. Instead of expecting, accept. Instead of dreaming in illusions, live fully in reality. Because peace doesn't come from forcing the world to match your picture. It comes from opening your eyes and embracing life exactly as it is. 11. Stay away from gossip and idle talk. Gossip is society's soft drug. It makes us feel closer bonded when we share someone else's secrets. But every time you take part, you lose a piece of your own dignity. I once spoke with an office worker who confessed, "I didn't lose my credibility because of mistakes in my job. I lost it because I joined in gossip." From that day on, no one trusted her again. Seneca wrote, "The happy man does not care for the secrets of others, only for keeping his own character strong." Your words can build a bridge or burn it down. Every conversation you engage in is a seed. Sow trust, and you will harvest respect. Sow poison, and you will breathe it first. So, challenge yourself. The next time someone pulls you into a circle of whispers, don't join. Stay silent. Smile, change the subject, and watch what happens. That silence, that refusal to take part, will lift you higher than every word you could have spoken. Because true strength is not in knowing the secrets of others. It is in mastering your own tongue. 12. Eliminate the habit of procrastination, the silent thief of your life. This may be the most dangerous habit of all because it hides inside comfort. It isn't loud. It isn't dramatic like anger or gossip. It comes as a whisper. You can do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow turns into next week, next month, next year. You don't lose your dreams in one big explosion. You lose them in 1,000 tiny delays repeated over and over. Procrastination is not rest. It's a quiet betrayal you commit against yourself. I knew a man who dreamed of opening a book cafe. He had the design. He had the savings. He even had the perfect location. But he kept saying, "I'll wait until the economy is better. I'll wait until I'm more ready." Years passed, and that location became a famous cafe owned by someone else. His dream became nothing but a what if. Seneca wrote to Lucilius, "We do not have a short time to live, we just waste much of it." Procrastination is how you steal your own life. The Stoics remind us death walks beside you. You don't know how many days you have left. So why waste today? Imagine yourself old, looking back. Your deepest regret won't be your failures, but the things you knew you should have done and didn't. Procrastination robs you of two things: your present opportunities and your future peace. You want freedom? Start now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Conclusion. These 12 are not just a checklist. They are 12 stones blocking your path. If you don't remove them, you will keep stumbling again and again. This is a roadmap of inner purification. Every time you let go of one, you step closer to freedom. So don't wait. Don't say tomorrow. Choose one of these 12 and cut it out today. Because knowing is never enough. Only cutting creates change. And if this video brought you value, you can tap the thanks button to support me in creating more content. Hit subscribe and join me on this Stoic journey, because this is not just a video. This is a path of transformation. Drop a comment below with these words: "I choose discipline, not chains." Let it be your public commitment to the path.